Christmas Eve, December 24th, for those of you who are not in the U.S., 2021. We're in the eve. Can you feel it? It's quiet, peaceful, almost serene in a lot of ways. The stock market even slowed down. Heck, gold and silver jumped a little bit. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought that would happen till, anything substantial till at least mid-January, from everyone I learned from. But where I'm going with that is that those who know what's going on, those who, I don't just mean like can look at the world directly around them, see the weather coming in, let's take a very detailed here, see if I don't get banned or rebuked. See Biden on his way out, see Pelosi regime with the ground crumbling beneath their feet. See that the violence of the last couple of years are yielding much less fruit than intended, much less of what they were looking for. See that the silent majority in America, and I think globally, is no longer very nearly as silent. I would certainly come into that category categorically. And silence is often mistaken as weakness. I was just watching a YouTube video by Tim Pool. It's an older one, 2019. You could probably look Timcast, probably type in Timcast, Keanu Reeves, or Timcast Me Too, or Timcast Keanu Reeves Me Too would pull it up. And excuse me, I got some itchy. So I like to keep these, I'm probably going to be slower paced for now, at least, than your typical YouTuber. This is a new format for me to have conversations or to put my thoughts out. I'm more the writer and more the face-to-face kind of person. So this is a learning lesson for me that I've done acting before and such things, and speeches and presentations, and I did very well. I was exceptional, not to toot my own horn. That's just the feedback I got and the grades I got. But this is different. And so where I'm going with that is that with all this that I'm bringing up is that you can look at who you are right now and what you have, skills, gifts, desire, passion. You can look at that and you can see a sum of parts. You can see work with return, or you can see more than that. You can see a cohesive human being who has your whole life ahead of you, however much that is. You don't know, do you? I don't know. I don't think anyone really knows. And so, in fact, I would stake my life upon that fact. Any human being really knows. And those who are truly wise, truly discerning, truly prudent, which by nature, prudence is less notorious than, say, foolishness, say, adventure, say, I don't know, the zealot, the passionate one. But I contest that at the same time, even though that's the general representation of like wisdom, prudence, and just kind of the sage nature. And I would say, as a quite passionate person, it is no easy thing to walk through your whole life, failing to jump into the current for the current's pull and the ease of the ride, and just and this is coming from a never particularly good, but a retired surfer. And man, it's just it's so easy, it really is. I mean, that's the fun of surfing, and that's the beauty of it. You have this great mechanism, unrivaled in all the earth. And I will never actually physically interact with any more powerful force of nature, I think. I mean, I guess you could argue the wind, perhaps, but you can't really interact with the wind. You can't even see it, touch it, or grab it, or hold it. And in that way, it is also much like wisdom, and it is also much like prudence. And the wind affects, even the waves are affected by the wind. So yeah, so basically the sum of this being, and it's going to be a shorter video. I saw a video of Biden, my president Joe Biden, and who I respect in his statesmanship, however unpopular and frankly at times very poor it may be. I have aging relatives who are in similar fashion to him. I don't think it's his fault that we chose him and he took the call. Whatever his corruption, whatever his genuineness of passion and desire and service to the people, we picked him. He didn't pick him. He didn't get to make that call. Now I personally know people who would point out and contest that with the term election fraud and other things, and I can't personally speak to that by personal experience exactly, but though I could talk at length about that, but that's not really the point of this video. You have a man, Biden, getting attacked, a little jab by a guy over Santa Claus, right? It's Christmas, and I wasn't going to do a video on Christmas, but this guy is giving the Santa sleigh update, and I personally enjoy Christmas, so I clicked on it. My buddy sent me the link, and I clicked on it, and he's like, "Hey, he didn't even get the joke. What's the phrase now? Now I'm spacing it. Basically it means it's an attack on Joe Biden. It means down with Joe Biden. I hate Joe Biden, and let's go Brandon. That's it. And yeah, I forgot the punchline now. And so anyways, he's getting all, he's getting his little jab in, and he goes, yeah, Santa sleigh's here, yada yada. And then, yeah, okay, thanks. Let's go Biden, or let's go Brandon. And then the guy dips out, and Biden and they're both sitting there, and they're going, yeah. He's like, yes, I agree. Let's go Brandon. There's no way, if the man was cognizant and trying to combat and defend himself right there, that he would agree, right? When you know the meaning of that phrase, that's the social slang. And but at the same time, you would think that, wouldn't you? I would think that. But there's one of the wisest man who ever lived, who I like to quote. He once wrote, and I got it here: "The wisdom of the prudent is to discern his way, but the folly of fools is deceiving." I know, again, prudence and fools, not popular words these days. Deception is misused frequently. But the problem is that we look at, believing everything, and we're taught to believe everything that rises in popularity. And that's what he goes on to say is the simple believes everything, but the prudent gives thought to his steps. I just read it because I want to make sure to quote him right. I do want to keep this streaming, so to speak, not an edited, not a censored video, aside from the censoring that is censoring rules that are given to me. I will call them what they are. The simple inherit folly, which is to inherit pain, inherit suffering, inherit failure. What's an inheritance? Well, what did you get from your parents? What did you get from the previous generation? What did you get from maybe your older brother, sister, an uncle, an aunt, a grandmother, a grandfather? What did you receive from those who taught you, who were before you? That's your inheritance. I mean, the simple, otherwise those who just take a simple outlook on life, a simple approach, a simple worldview to just soak in what comes and what is pushed at you, or nowadays what is algorithmically brought to the top, is brought right to the surface, is you're going to inherit pain, suffering, and many other miserable things. And I would too if I do that. And I have in times and ways. I've made my mistakes. but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. And real valuable knowledge is not easily come by. It requires searching, it requires digging through many messages, and it requires more than that. It requires time away from the messages being broadcast and getting away from that, shutting that down, and going, okay, I need to work through this and I need to figure out where I'm going and develop a format for getting there and a structure. And I need to find the things that would help me get through that structure. And some of it is coming to the opposition and going like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if a man lacked popularity, as Biden does massively, like rarely in our history as a country, 200 plus years, that's a lot of presidents, man. He lacks popularity, like almost none of them ever, maybe the lowest ever. But anyways, I'm fidgeting because I'm getting to the end of my thought here. Yeah, the prudent don't always say what is on their minds. And like it or not, Joe Biden is prudent enough to win one of the most hotly contested presidential races ever in America. And one of the most influential, I would argue the most influential since 1864. And you could make a case for other ones for sure, but that's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. So, yeah, check that out. I'll put the link down below. And there's a lot of stuff to read this Christmas. There's going to be a lot of fear porn. There's going to be a lot of FOMO, commercial FOMO too. I had one from a guy I listened to. He's pointing out, hey, you can do this to start, use your free time for making some money, audio. And he has, he's using FOMO in a good way. So again, that's being prudent, is developing your lens better, putting on a better pair of glasses, a better set of lenses with which to see the world. You just see it like this, you're stuck with whatever you're born with and is decayed down to. But you construct a good pair of lenses and you put them on and you see the world differently. And so I just encourage you to do that today, do that through Christmas, and make sure joy is a key part. Otherwise, folly will come hard. Folly will come hard at us anyway. It's a difficult world these days, and with different kinds of challenges than the past generations have had difficult. And in the U.S., we've had it very good for, I'd say, 70-ish years, relatively. And if anyone would ever like to have a conversation about that, I would love to. It's very interesting. I took it for granted probably about 10 years of my life, 10, 15 years, but a very important 10, 15 years. So before I get any much longer, because I don't want to, have a merry, merry, merry Christmas. And if you celebrate Hanukkah, New Year's, whatever you celebrate, enjoy the holidays. Take a break. It's the end of the year. I mean, unless you're about to go under, take a break. And maybe if you are about to go under, maybe it's your time to consider taking some rest, reevaluating your options. Rest can reset everything, all the stresses, and help a person see what should really be happening. So anyways, yeah, I'm Gabe and I'm signing off. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. For me personally, God bless you all, and I'll catch you after the weekend.